Welcome, all you YouTubers and Twitchers and Tweeters. We are having a live show for you nearly every day at about 8 a.m. Mountain Time. And this show is sponsored by tctrademart.com, where you can list what you have and what you want. And on this show, we're going to show you how you can link cryptocurrency with your tctrademart.com opportunities. So let's see. Let's start out by looking at CoinGecko to get an overview of the crypto market today. Let's see. Bitcoin and Ethereum, the big boys, are going down in the last 24 hours and also in the last hour. So to me, that says they're probably going to go down some more. So if I was shopping for Bitcoin or Ethereum, I'd probably wait until it stops going down. So today is sort of a danger sign for me if I'm thinking about buying any of the big boys. So let's go check out what the smaller tokens are doing. If we look at the Ethereum network over here at dexscreener.com, you can see lots of things are also down. Things seem to follow Bitcoin and Ethereum a lot. So down. If it's going down, it's probably going to keep going down for a while until we start seeing it turn green in the last 5 minutes or in the last hour. Probably, if I buy some right now, it's probably going to go down some more. I go over here to my favorite blockchain called PulseChain. Same thing, although some of them are starting to inch up in the last 5 minutes. So maybe we're getting near the bottom on these. If I go to my favorites list, or my watch list, you can make a watch list at dexscreener.com. Just find which token you like and click on the little star right here, and it puts it on your watch list. And you can make a list of those. I've got two different lists. I've got one list that I call the Richard Hart community, which is mainly the PulseX, HEX tokens, and so on that are sponsored or founded by Richard Hart. These are still going down a little bit, but in the last 6 hours they're up a little. So this is probably a waiting day for me for any bigger purchases because things are going down, which means they're probably going to keep going down, right? Oh, you know what? I should be sharing my screen. You can't see what I'm talking about. Let me go back and share my screen. Let's see, where is the share button? Right there. Okay, so sorry you guys couldn't see what I was talking about. So we'll go back here to Bitcoin, Ethereum, look down, 1 hour, 24 hours. We'll go back to Dex Screener, look at the Ethereum blockchain. Lots of things, most things are down in the last 5 minutes, the last hour. If we switch over to PulseChain, same thing, but a few of the PulseChain ones are starting to move up a little bit, as you can see. And then, as I mentioned, if you click on one of your favorites, you can click this star right here next to the word watch list and put it on your watch list. You can construct your own watch list. If you'd like to know what watch list I look at, or if you want to share yours with somebody, you click this edit shared settings, copy link, allow anyone with the link to view the watch list. And I'll be putting this in the description part of this video so that you can see what I'm watching. And so this is the tctrademart.com channel. And the purpose of this channel is to show you how you can build a portfolio and then learn to spend out of that portfolio instead of selling out of that portfolio. Because if you sell out of that portfolio, it drives the price of the rest of your portfolio that you didn't sell down. Anytime somebody's selling, it makes the price go down. These things that are red is because somebody's selling. So how can I build up a portfolio, and then when I'm ready to profit from that portfolio, benefit from that portfolio, how can I spend those tokens without causing a red candle, causing the rest of my portfolio to go down? Let's say I have $10,000 worth of my favorite token and I sell $500 worth. You would think that the portfolio is now worth $9,500, but it's not. It's worth less than that because by selling $500 worth, I made the rest of the portfolio, the other $9,500 worth. that I did not sell, it made it go down. So now instead of 9,500 left, I might have 9,200 or even 9,000, depending on the liquidity of that token. So the trick is, I think, for me, is to learn to spend it instead of selling it. Where can I spend it? Well, what do you know? The show is sponsored by tctrademark.com. And at tctrademark.com, you'll find that there's 2,500 users or participants that are advertising. Let me see if I get it right. Advertising what they have and what they want. Some of them have this, that, or the other, and some of them are looking to take cryptocurrency. One of the ones that they take is ETHTC. So what's ETHTC? How can I acquire some? How can I build the value? Well, one way is by joining the ETHTC Green Team. If I go over here and look at all the different tokens that are available on either Ethereum or PulseChain, there's thousands of them. What am I going to pick as my portfolio to see if I can help it go up so that I can then go spend it at a profit? Well, we call that the green team. And the green team has picked out one particular token for the entire green team to support and concentrate on and look at and buy when it's down so that it keeps going up. And that one is ETHTC. That's the one that we've picked on our green team. ETHTC. You can buy it on either the Ethereum network or the PulseChain network. I think the best place to buy it is on the PulseChain network because the gas fees are much lower and the price is much lower. So it's easier for it to go up, in my opinion. Here's the contract address of it. If you ever want to find the contract address of the token that we are supporting as our green team, you just go to Deck Screener and type ETHTC and click on any one of these and look over here on the right and go down where you see pair. Don't click the pair, but click the one below that that says ETHTC. Click that. That gets you the contract address if you're trying to join the green team and buy a little bit. So what's the concept of the green team? The concept of the green team is we as a team concentrate on this one particular token and support it so that we try and reach our goal of having it average 2% a day increase. Some days we don't hit the goal. Some days we over increase the 2%. Some days it goes down 10%, 5%. Some days it goes up 5 or 10%. But long term, on the average, we want to help it stay at about 2% a day, average increase over the long term. If I put in $100 and buy some ETHTC as part of the green team, and I wait 37 days, and if it averages 2% a day increase over that 37 days, in 37 days, it's doubled. It's now worth 200. If I leave it in there and we succeed in continuing the process for a year, that $100 could turn into $135,000 in value. Once it's got $135,000 in value, if I go selling it, it's going to cause it to go down more than what I got out of what I sold. So I'd be lowering the value of my entire portfolio. If I sold $10,000 worth of this, it would go down. This says 135,000. It would go down lower than 125,000 because by selling, I made the price of the rest of my portfolio worth less. So I want to figure out a way, how can I spend it without selling it? Well, that's what tctrademark.com does for you. I could take out, let's say, $2,700, which is 2% of the total, by spending it, and I still will have my 135,000 value there because let's say I do that once a month. Well, if the green team is successful, it'll still be going up 2% a day or at least 2% a month. And so I'll be able to take out 2% a month at least and still not affect my total portfolio balance and still not drive the price down because I'm not selling it, I'm spending it. Well, how do I spend it? I go to tctrademark.com and I find one of these people that say that they'll take ETHTC and see what they've got for sale that I want to buy. Do they have a car? Do they have, restaurant meals? Do they have vacation rentals? What do they have that I can spend it on? So what I put into the ETHTC green team needs to be money that I'm not going to have to try and take out to pay my mortgage or pay my taxes. It's going to be a portfolio where I'm thinking of spending. I mean, yes, of course, you can sell it if you want to drive the value of your entire portfolio down while you're doing it. But for me, much smarter is to figure out a way to spend it. So how can I spend it once it goes up in value? Well, I can go to Deck Screener and I can go over here and click on ETHTC and look at the chart. And down here, here's a whole list of websites where people are advertising that they'll accept ETHTC. Here's a website right here. And I can go down here and these are people that are advertising that they want ETHTC. Or I can go back to Deck Screener, and here's one with real estate and rentals. Here's a directory of all sorts of people that want to buy, sell, trade, and many of them accept ETHTC. Here's vacation rentals, etc. And so that's what, in my mind, my goal would be to spend, not sell. Another website that's available for doing that is TCBarter.com. If I go over here and sign in, TCBarter.com has another option where you can trade your ETHTC and get TC. TC is not on the blockchain. It's not cryptocurrency. It's trade credits that are good at TCBarter.com among the people advertising here that they will accept them. It's it's redeemable for full page advertising and stuff like that if you want to do some advertising. Or you can trade it to somebody else and they can do the advertising, or you can trade it to somebody else and they can trade it to somebody else and they can trade it to somebody else. And maybe nobody in that chain is using it for advertising at all. They're just buying and selling with it. So TC stands for Trade Credits Good at TCBarter.com. Technically, officially, what it is, if you read the terms and conditions, is that it's a gift certificate good for display advertising, larger ads at tcbarter.com. But you don't have to use it for that. You can trade it to somebody else who's going to use it for that. And who would you trade it to for somebody else? You go to this list of people here and see what they want. If they say TC, that means they'll take the trade credits that are off the blockchain. The reason that it's an advantage for some people to trade their ETHTC and get TC instead is that from then on, there's no blockchain fees. It's not on the blockchain. There's no gas fees. It's also more private. As you know, the blockchain is public. If you do business with somebody, they know your public address and they can see what address you got the ETHTC from, or Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever you're dealing in. And they can see how much you still have, and they can see what address you sent it to after that. The blockchain is not private, it's public. But if you trade your ETHTC or other crypto and get TC at tcbar.com, you would send them to the TC store at tcbarter.com and exchange them over. And once you have TC, there's no more blockchain fees and it's not public. So that's the advantage of that. So if you want more TCs, besides buying them with your ETHTC, how else can you get them? Well, you can place a free listing at tcbarter.com and you can earn them by offering your professional services, dental work, auto repairs, roofing services, tree trimming services, carpet cleaning, whatever you do. You can advertise here for free. There's no charge to advertise at tcbarter.com. And when you earn TCs or spend them, there's no gas fee. There's no transaction fee. There's no brokerage fee. It's just a directory of who has this and who has that and who wants this and who wants that. It's free. You can also place your products or gift certificates and pledges on consignment in the TC store. There's also a referral program. You can earn 10 TCs each when you refer a friend using your unique referral link. You go over here and click invite a friend and either show them your QR code or copy this link and text it to them or email it to them. And if they sign up at tcbarter.com with that link and they put in a verified, complete listing, including their email, and they verify their email and so forth, then you would automatically receive 10 TCs each for those. So you can advertise and earn them. You can put things on consignment. You can share your referral link, or you can buy them with ETHTC. And again, once you have those, what are you going to do with them? Well, here's a whole list of restaurants where you can trade your TC to get a gift card for eating at this restaurant. You don't take the TC or the ETHTC directly to the restaurant. You go to the tcbarter.com store and trade them to get actual gift cards that are issued by these restaurants. So it's a regular plastic gift card like a credit card. And when you go and eat at these restaurants, you just swipe the card through the cash register, the same as a credit card. Again, you don't pay them directly with TC or ETHTC. You use those at the TC Barter store and get the actual gift card for the restaurant. You can get a gift card with TC using DoorDash. Excuse me, you can get a gift card for DoorDash using your TC. And of course, DoorDash will bring the food to you, and the gift card covers the delivery fee, the food, everything, and you paid for it with your TC. You can eat at IHOP restaurants nationwide. There's a whole list of restaurants that you can eat at, Subway sandwiches nationwide, and you can go to the movies at Cinemark, go to Fat Cats Bowling, go to the aquarium, go to the theater. Here's Top Golf nationwide. Go play golf. It covers your golf, your play and your food and so forth. You can also go to the marketplace here and slide down and see what's available. These people are advertising what kind of payment they'd like. These most of these right here want you to trade it and get off the blockchain and just trade them the TC right here. Here's one that says DT. That means they'll also do direct trades. You don't need to use your crypto or your TC. Just go in and clean their carpets and they'll feed you, that kind of a thing. Just a direct trade. Here's one that does all three. They'll take TC, or they'll do a direct trade, or you can pay them with cryptocurrency like ETHTC. So there's a code here next to each ad as to what they'll accept. Down here at the bottom, you can see that people can advertise. I can move this up a little so I can see it. See that people will advertise that they'll take the TC barter, or they'll take direct trades, or they'll take the cryptocurrency directly, like ETHTC directly. So how do I profit from all this? Well, if I join the green team and I make myself a watch list at Dex Screener, and I see that the green team token, which is the ETHTC, is red, I might decide to buy some so that I can help get it back to 2% a day increase. And if I do buy some, let's say I put $200 into it today, just for example. Let's go change this to 200. After 37 days, if the green team achieves its average goal of 2% increase a day, it doubles. I could take some of that out and go eat at restaurants, and instead, and in effect, I'm eating for half price because I paid 200. Now I have $400 worth. Or if I leave that 200 in there for a year, it could turn into $270,000 portfolio. If you take 2% a day times $200 and compound it daily so that it keeps doing that every day for a year, that $200 could turn into $270,000. If I took out 2% a month, even though it might still be going up 2% a day, maybe it's only going up 2% a month by then, but still I could take out 2% a month by spending, not selling, and it wouldn't affect my $270,000 portfolio. Let's say I played this game and gradually got $800 in there, and $800 stayed for a year. That could turn into $1 million if it does average 2% a day, average daily increase. There's no guarantee of that. It's just a fun game we're playing. It's our goal. We're trying to do it, and so far we're doing pretty good. So if I did have $1 million in here, no, I can't go out and sell it for $1 million because it would crash the price. I couldn't even sell $500,000 worth, because if I sold half of this for $500,000, the other $500,000 would be worth very little because I drove the price down so far. So to me, it makes no sense to be thinking that I'm going to sell this and cash out. What makes sense to me is to be thinking that I'm going to spend it. I'm going to go buy a car for $21,000. I'm going to go eat in restaurants, go on vacations, get my roof fixed, get my house painted, get my teeth fixed by finding those people at tctrademart.com and use my ETHTC to trade it in for TC or to spend it directly if they're into blockchain. Some people don't want to bother with the blockchain. They just rather have you transfer them to TC within the TCBarter.com website. So either way, my mind is I want to figure out a way to spend it, not figure out a way to crash the price on the rest of my portfolio by selling it. So here we are. We're not at 2% in the last hour. We're not even at 2% for today. So I'm on the green team. I ought to try and buy some to try and help it get back to that. So how do I do that? Well, I would go to Coinbase or Kraken or any other centralized exchange that lets me transfer money from my bank over to the exchange. Once I've got money at Coinbase or Kraken or a centralized exchange, then I would want to go to metamask.io, META, metamask.io, open up an account, and tell the centralized exchange to send my value over to MetaMask. You have to transfer it into cryptocurrency first, like, for example, buy some Ethereum with it over at your centralized exchange and then send that to your MetaMask. Once you have Ethereum in your MetaMask, it'll be on the Ethereum network. And at that point, if you want to play the green team game, you'd want to transfer it over to the PulseChain network. So you'd have, let's say, $500 worth that you transferred from Coinbase over to MetaMask. Or in MetaMask, you can even put your debit card directly and buy some right there in MetaMask. And the point is, once you get some Ethereum that's on the Ethereum network, then you need to go to, if you want to, join the green team, you'd need to go to pulsechain.com, PULSE, pulsechain.com, and go to your MetaMask and add this PulseChain network as another option in your MetaMask. MetaMask starts out with just the Ethereum option in it, basically, but you'd want to add this network called PulseChain to your MetaMask. Just click on Add a Network, put in this information, and now you've got both the Ethereum network and the PulseChain network in your MetaMask. Then you come to pulsechain.com and you click on Bridge, and you click on this white button at the top, and then you can transfer your Ethereum that's on Ethereum over to it riding on PulseChain. You wouldn't want to transfer all your Ethereum because you need to leave some there for gas. So transfer maybe 90% of your Ethereum from the Ethereum network over to the PulseChain network. You connect your wallet. Once it gets to the PulseChain network, now that Ethereum is called Ethereum on Ethereum. Excuse me, start over. It's called Ethereum from Ethereum on the PulseChain network. So you had Ethereum that you bought at Coinbase or somewhere, or maybe you bought it in MetaMask. You have Ethereum on the Ethereum network. You transfer it over here on the bridge. Now it's called Ethereum from Ethereum on PulseChain. So you want some Ethereum from Ethereum on PulseChain. And once it's that, it's called WETH, like wrapped Ethereum, because that's what it is. It's wrapped. It's put into a form where it can ride on the PulseChain network. So then pretty soon you've got WETH, which is Ethereum from Ethereum on the PulseChain network. And then you can go to your wallet. I don't happen to use MetaMask. I like Rabby Wallet better. This is a Rabby wallet I'm opening up. And over here in this demonstration wallet, I've got some WETH in here that's been transferred over from the Ethereum network. Now it's Ethereum from Ethereum riding on PulseChain. And if I want to join the green team and buy some ETHTC on the PulseChain network, what I need to do is go to a decentralized exchange such as piteas.io, piteas.io. Okay, piteas.io, launch the app. Now I'm at app.piteas.io. And remember, I have some WETH in this wallet, so I hit WETH. And now I want to buy some ETHTC, but I don't see it listed here. So what I do is I go to Dex Screener. Where's Dex Screener? I go to Dex Screener over here, and I search for ETHTC, and I find any one of these pairs, and I click on that and view down here at the right. It'll say pair. Don't get that one. Get the one that says ETHTC. Click this little copy button. Be sure and get the one that ends in 7ACB, like 7 Alpha Charlie Bravo. Is that a B or an 8? I can't tell. Let me see. I'm going to copy this and paste it somewhere so I'll know from now on. Just a second. I'm going to paste this somewhere so I can't see. My eyes aren't good enough to see if that's a B or an 8 at the end. That is a 8. What do you know? Okay, I was thinking it was a B. So make sure it's the one that says AC8. AC8 at the end to make sure you got the right one. So then you go over here to Piteas, and if it doesn't already have ETHTC here, you can just paste in that contract address that ends in 7AC8. Is that an 8 or a B? I can look. That's an 8. Wow. Okay. My eyes aren't that good. So I'm going to trade WETH to get some ETHTC at piteas.io. And so let's put in, I don't know, 0.02. That's $40 worth. Okay, let's try $40 worth. Let's go a little bit crazy. Let's go $100 worth. Okay, so 0.05 of an ETH. It's going to get me some ETHTC. And look, Piteas does me the service of shopping around for me to find the best deal. there's lots of different combinations and ways to buy ETHTC, and it's looking at all the possibilities. So part of it, it's going to go from WETH to Pulse, and from that to ETHTC, and this other one is going to go from WETH to PulseX, and from that to ETHTC. I don't need to know what it's doing. I don't need to be skilled at that. It'll do it all for me. So I'm just going to click swap and know that it's shopping around to get me the best deal. Then I'm going to approve it in my wallet. And remember, we're doing $100 worth right now, so we'll see on the chart what that might do for us in a year. So this says pending. Okay, it says done. And I like to do 2 trades in a row because for some reason it seems like it helps the price increase better if I just do like 2 in a row. So I'm going to do another $20 worth. Trying to get this up to $20. 0.093 will do. Whatever. So it's $19. Okay, so I'm going to do another $19. Only reason I'm doing that is I've noticed that if you do 2 trades, it tends to help move the price up better than just 1 trade. So we did, how much did we do? $100 plus this 20, so we're doing $120 so far. So it says pending, so we're waiting for that to clear. So we're adding $120 worth to my portfolio. Well, this is a demonstration account, to the portfolio of this demonstration account. And there it goes. It says swap. So we'll go look over here at the watch list, which lists the different ways you can buy ETHTC. Look at this. We made it to start turn green right now. So that's cool. So we're helping to get it back to the 2% a day just by spending $120. It's already making it move up. And if I go look at my calculator chart and I say, okay, I just put in $120 today, what can I expect? Well, if our team achieves its goal in 37 days, that's going to be double, $240. And it's going to double every 37 days again and again after that if the green team is successful in keeping it at a 2% a day average. After a year, that $120 might be worth $162,000 worth of spending value, which I can transfer to TCBarter.com and get $160,000 worth of whatever's for sale over there: vacation rentals, cars, restaurant meals, etc. Or maybe I don't want to take out the whole thing. I'll just take out $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month I can spend out of $120 single purchase if the green team achieves its goal. $120 one-time purchase. If the green team is successful, I could spend $3,000 a month in TCBarter.com or TCTradeMart.com or any of those other websites, and still I wouldn't be affecting my $160,000 balance because I'm not selling, and I'm only spending some of the profit. If it's only going up 2% a month at that point, I still have $3,000 a month that I can spend at TCTradeMart.com without affecting my balance. So this is a marriage of cryptocurrency and barter. The way it works is that you decide which token you're going to support, which green team you're going to get on. The one I'm on is ETHTC. You watch it and see if you think it is kind of averaging 2% a day. See if you think it is going to be successful as a green team. This is the one that I pick. And my experience is that this is the one that's most consistently, the best one that I can find that's most consistently up and average at 2% a day. Today it's not, but we're working on it. Look, in the last 6 hours, it's up 1% here and 4% here. If we go and get another $100 worth and see how it helps out, if I'm going to spend way more than this, a year from now, I don't mind trying for maybe another $100 worth. So let me stick another 0.02 in here. What is it? 0.05? 0.05. This is another $100 worth. Let's see if I go up to $220 now, if I'm going to help the price get back to where I want it to be, more like 2% a day. And of course, there's other people doing the same thing, we hope. There's other people on the green team that are saying, down 5%. I don't like that. I want to see it up 2%. So if there's enough people on the team doing that, it's going to keep averaging 2% a day. And what do you know? If you look it over recently, we've been averaging that. It's not quite at that yet today, but we'll see what happens by tomorrow, right? So let's see. This says swapped. It takes a little while for it to show up on Deck Screener. Like this won't have changed at all yet, but soon this will be looking a lot better. It'll be up 2, 3, 4%. And if you just wait, it'll gradually move over to the 24-hour column. Look at this. See, it's up 1.73%. In the last 6 hours, it's up 1.8%. That's real close to 2%. This one's up 4%. That's more than 2%. If you average this whole 6 hour column, it is up an average of 2% right now. If you add up all these numbers and average them over the last 6 hours, it is up 2% in the last 6 hours. Well, if we just wait, that 6 hours is going to be 24 hours. So we basically accomplished our goal with only $220 worth of purchasing. As more people join the green team, heaven, there's hundreds of thousands of people buying, some other tokens. So as this token catches on and develops its own green team of people that are interested in helping it go up 2% a day, this is going to be consistent, more and more consistently up an average of 2% a day. If you want to have this watch list, just go look for this link that's in the description of this YouTube channel. And if you want to apply to be on this channel to tell us about your business, tell us what you have available for sale, what you want to buy. You can not only advertise on these websites for free, but you can also send us an email and, get on the show and tell us about your dental practice, your vacation rental business, your auto repair business, your roofing business. We're here to help you get customers through tctrademark.com. And these customers can either do a direct trade with you, they can pay you cash if they want, or hopefully you'll be interested in, playing the TC and ETHTC game. If there's anybody in the show today in the audience that wants to make any comments or questions, go ahead and speak up. Look at this. I was going to show you this over here at Deck Screener. When you click on any one of these, there is a click right here that says directory links, I think it is. You click this second one down, you got a whole list of places where you can buy, sell, trade with ETHTC and TC. Pretty cool. Any questions, Victor, Lon, or anybody in the audience? So that's how you do it. Get yourself some Ethereum, bridge it over to PulseChain, use that to see which green team you want to be on. Obviously, the one I like is ETHTC, and then watch the token on Deck Screener and see if it's going to be one of the ones that averages 2% a day increase. Once your portfolio does increase, if you're like me, you wouldn't be looking to sell, you'd be looking to spend. Because when you spend, you're transferring it from one account to another. You're not selling it. You're not making a red candle. You're not making the price of the rest of your portfolio go down. Just because you transfer it to your account, from your account to another account, that doesn't affect the price at all. And the rest of your portfolio isn't going to go down by you spending. It only goes down by you selling. So if you find a way to spend, that's going to be better for your portfolio value to maintain its value. Where do you spend? You go to Deck Screener and you look at this whole list and you go down this list and pick any of those websites. Or there's also TCBarter.com. And TCBarter.com, let's see, let me go to TCBarter.com. This is a place where you can spend your crypto with anybody that's advertising that they'll accept it. You can make a new listing here for yourself, which is completely free, or you can join the 2,500 people that are already on here advertising. I think that you could even click by country here and sort it out so they're alphabetical by country. Look at that. Here's the ones in the United States. Hey, here's Lon Scow. He's in the meeting here. Lon Scow is advertising that he has cars, trucks, classic vehicles, Utah real estate, seller's trust deeds and notes, gift certificates. And what does he want? TCs, direct trade, or ETHTC. There you go. Anyway, do you have any questions, Victor? Okay, we'll see everybody tomorrow at about 8 a.m. Mountain Time. Nearly every day, we're right here on YouTube at tctrademark.com.